Hello, and welcome to a Reinvent Yourself podcast. I am Lisa Andria, and I want to thank you for listening and watching. My goal is to share insights from successful people in order to help others with the reinvention journey. My guest today is Elsa Mendoza, a life coach whose message is to let people know that each person is a source of peace, joy, and most of all, love. Her sole intention is to uplift, empower, and inspire people to live a life worth living in a newer perspective. Elsa began her professional career with a Master of Science in International Business, and she's worked for various different industries such as advertising, import-export, banking, shipping, wholesale retail, and manufacturing. At a point in her life, Elsa decided that the grind of the corporate world, her family business setting, the 8-hour typing, emailing, and sometimes staring at a computer in a cube with bosses breathing down her neck was no longer her thing. Anybody can relate? That is when Elsa's reinvention journey began. It was an introspection that led her to become a life coach. She knew that was a natural fit for her with great people skills, wisdom, and knowledge from her own life experiences. To say that my life was a bit parallel is an understatement, and I'm sure that Elsa has a lot of insight into this process. So let's get right into it. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Lisa. How are you?
How am I? Doing good. Thank you for joining me today and taking time out of your busy day, time out from writing your third book,
Yes,
which I know you're knee deep in.
Yeah, from
And
my
we'll
writing
talk.
kit.
Yep, we'll talk a little bit about your other books, and we just are excited for you to share lessons about your reinvention journey.
Okay.
So, when did you realize that you wanted to reinvent yourself, and how did this come about for you?
Oh, I found myself feeling stuck, and there's this, I don't know, there's this energy inside me that wanted to explode, something like that, that basically told me that, hey, I can do so much more than this, greater things than this, just sitting, in my cube, just like what you said, boss breathing on my neck, all those stuff. I said I could do so much more. And so what I did was I resigned from the corporate world. I only did part-time jobs so that I would have time to find out and think for myself ask these questions. What do I really want to do? Who am I? Why am I here? All those stuff are already there, all those questions. And during that journey, I met some interesting people along the way. And even before life coaching, I've been giving my wisdom, sharing inspirational stuff to people. They would come to me for advice. And when I asked this question, what do I have that I'm not aware of? So basically, that's the answer. And I had another question. What is it that this question actually, it's like a prayer to the universe, to God, whatever you want to call it. So I asked myself these questions. What is it that I have that I'm not aware of? Second question, what is it that you're trying to tell me that I could not hear? What is it that you're trying to show me that I could not see? And everything unfolded. Everything was shown slowly but surely, and everything was beautiful. So here am I now. Here I am, a life coach and an author.
Wow.
Yeah.
So to understand, because there's so much about what people want to do and that they want to change their life, but they don't know how to go about it. And the financial aspect of it is really scary. Mm-hmm. And what you're saying is you consciously quit a job without actually having another job, I'm going to assume.
Yes.
And then taking part-time jobs in order to just, as someone I know that I'm going to quote, Shelley Campbell says, you have your low, medium, and high budgets. So you went, I assume, to your low budget in order to be able to succeed in moving on to something that you love.
That's correct. So plus, of course, my husband was there to provide. He was so generous enough. He talked it out with me, and then he said that you don't really have to work full time if you want, just for you to find out what you'd like to do. How nice of him to do that. So
wonderful.
That's what I did. Yeah, he's basically my number one supporter. Who would be? Who could it be, right? It's going to be your partner. It's going to be your husband or your wife. Yeah.
Well, and not everyone has that. So even one of the questions I was going to ask is, who is it that was the most supportive in your family and friends, and obviously what you're saying is your husband, was there anyone else that you sought help from, and how did they give it to you?
Few
Because they can't
friends.
do it alone. I mean,
That's true.
people think
That's
they
true.
can, but they can't. Yeah.
That's true. A few friends. I have very few friends, Lisa. I have very few quality friends. So I kind of told very few friends about this. And actually, a friend of mine, that's where I got the idea from. She said to me, hey, Elsa, you're good at what you do to people. You have these people skills. Your customer service is superb, because I've been in the customer service industry for a long time. So she said, you have that gift of persuasion. Maybe that's the reason why I did close a lot of contracts when I was in sales. So why not use that for life coaching or counseling or being a therapist, etc. So what I did was I made a research on this stuff. I was attracted to life coaching. So that's how it started.
Did you go to any schooling?
Yes.
I mean, was there a plan that had to do with education and so on and so forth?
The plan, well, you have to make a research, of course, and then find some, a school that will fit with your needs, right? So I found this school. It's called Fowler International Academy. Its founder, it's Mr. Barry Fowler. You can look it up, and yeah, it's a good school. So that's where I graduated. That's where I got certified. And not only that, Lisa, he is also the person who gave me an opportunity to create an online course which I've never done in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, when you're doing the thing that you love, what happens is the universe gives you opportunities that you couldn't even imagine. And there you go, your life. Yeah.
As they say, the universe will conspire to bring everything to manifestation. Mm-hmm. And it happened to me. It's because of that desire for me to change. Yeah.
So this journey isn't always perfect, and there are obstacles and doubts, and there's periods of time where it's very difficult. How did you get through those periods, and do you have any examples that you can share?
Well, everything is about mindset. If the quality of your mind, if your mindset, in other words, is not into it, then obviously you will experience a lot of obstacles. First and foremost, you have to be decided what you're going to do. If you're iffy, if you're having second thoughts, and what's going to happen, right? Where are you going, right? So you have to have a good mindset, pretty much, steady. So when I decided to change, so I found out, okay, I'd like to do life coaching. Okay, so who am I to coach? All these thoughts, all these noises in our minds, mm-hmm. all of that. So you really have to quiet all those. So everything that we do here in this planet Earth, it's all about thoughts, our quality of thoughts, our mindset. If you don't have that, quality thoughts, then what's going to happen? It's still happening, actually. There will still be happening, no matter you believe, if you don't believe, if you doubt, everything will still unfold for you. If you believe in good thoughts, like happiness, like success, it could be joy, it could be peace, it could be the opposite. Everything will be in fruition. You will see everything in fruition. You just have to be wise in choosing your thoughts. So in this journey, I really decided, okay, it's like my husband and I would always talk about the horse, all those eye patch they have. You really have to focus on where you'd like to go. So that's what I did. I said, I want to help people. I know that I'm good at this. I'm going to be great in what I'm going to do. And then I didn't stop there. I said, I want to reach more people, because I said to myself, one-on-one coaching, I could do more than this. Yeah. And then I said, okay, what am I going to do? So writing came to mind. One of my, the stuff that I listed in the bucket list was to self-publish. Actually, it's just not self-publish, just publish a book. And I didn't know how. And then I saw this, it was just sitting there in my bucket list for like 2 years. And then I saw this Facebook ad, self-publishing school. I enrolled myself, but I was like, should I enroll? Should I not? Should I enroll? Because
I mean, it's on Facebook. I know. You see stuff, you go, what
exactly.
is this? Yeah.
And I only had a part-time job, and it will cost me like, more than thousands to enroll. And my husband was like, because I was going outside the room, outside, it's like, what are you doing? I'm thinking whether to enroll in this self-publishing school, but it will cost this and that. Just go ahead and enroll. Go ahead and enroll. Okay, so I enrolled myself. And this is what happened. I am finishing my 3rd book. My first 2 books have been Amazon bestsellers. So, yeah.
And they were self-published.
Yes, and they're all self-published.
Wow.
And so about that journey, of course, doubts, imposter syndrome. I was like, there were questions like this. Who are you to write? Who is going to read your book? Right? Yep. You're not famous. You're nobody. All these negative thoughts, all these doubts, that if you're not careful, if you're not present, you will really lose it. But I did not, of course.
Yeah.
I chose to be focused. I chose to be present. I pay attention to these thoughts. And, you have like how many options when a negative thought is there. It's either you deal with it, you ignore it, or just be aware of that. Be aware meaning, oh, okay, there's this thought. I don't have to deal with this. Let it pass by. That's it. Oh, there's this excitement. I love being excited because that's change. If people are, a lot of people are scared of change. Actually, change is an invitation for you to bring out the best in you.
And to grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are meant to grow, expand, and change is good. Change is really good for you. You don't have to be stuck where you are. You can grow. We are meant to grow. We are creative beings, and that's the role of the universe. Is we are in the creative expansion all the time.
I'm getting chills, because the things that you're saying is going to be so helpful to people that are listening to it. So I want to make sure to share this with as many people as possible, and it's just fantastic information and insight. So now that you are living more authentic self in what you do every day, how do you feel?
I'm very,
yeah.
I am, I think this is the most peaceful stage of my life.
Oh, we lost go ahead. We lost your audio for a second, so I'm going to have you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is the most peaceful stage of my life. I could say that it is well with my soul. Everything is working perfectly. So it just depends on how you see things, because every person, every being in this planet sees things in a different way, in his own lens, right? But you always have a choice how to deal with your life. Deal with it with this way or deal with it with that way. So we always have a choice. So what is your choice? Of course, the best choice, right?
Being positive and thinking positively about yourself. Mm-hmm. You mentioned the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask about this before I end here, because that is a big deal for women. We always think, we either say the phrase, fake it till you make it, or I don't know why they would think that I could do this, but I'm afraid, to look like an expert because I don't think I'm an expert. But yet other people that you talk to, friends, colleagues, think that you're very good at what you do, but you yourself think you're an imposter. What can you talk about to how to overcome that feeling of the imposter syndrome?
Like I said earlier, these are just thoughts. These are just ideas. And it's up to you whether to entertain that, be affected by that, or just ignore it. It's just a thought. Our mind is like a creator of thoughts. It's a thought machine creator, something like that, right? It never stops. So in a daily basis, we have like thousands of thoughts. The mind generates like how many thousands of thoughts on a daily basis. And you, as the observer, as the presence and awareness, you have a choice whether to be consumed by it, be affected by that, or just let it pass through. That's all. But sometimes there will be days that you're not going to be centered. When I say centered, it's like being back to the seat of your soul, being back to the seat of your awareness. Because remember, you are only the observer. So just watch. These thoughts are just thoughts. Just like the words. Words are just alphabets, no meaning, right? And then when you form it, group together, it becomes a word. And then you put meaning in that, and that becomes something else to someone, right? And when a lot of people would see it, oh, good means good, oh, it feels good. Good is like when you feel this and you feel that. But it could be like good, oh no, that's not so good. It could be that, could be. So it's really up to us human beings on how we see things. So it's up to you. It's always up to us. Why do you think there are so much successful people? And why do you think there are not so successful people? Because of the mindset. It's because of their decision whether to be affected by these thoughts, good ones, or the not so good ones. So where will you be? It's always like that. That's the imposter syndrome that whenever I start my manuscript, I always have that. I actually shared that like a few weeks ago.
Interesting.
But I just shared with in that community. I told them that imposter syndrome, these are just the noises in our minds. You know, you don't really have to be affected by that. If I was affected by that, Lisa, I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be talking to me.
Right.
I wouldn't be having like how many books now? I'm finishing my third. And before this, I was writing my fourth already. I just started a new manuscript. Imagine if I entertain those imposter syndrome, those noises in the mind is just the mind, you know, and you are the master of your mind. Because it has been like how many years now, the mind has been controlling humanity.
Yeah.
But who we really are, it's not just this physical body. We're beyond this. We are the consciousness awareness. We are powerful beings, actually. Because what's happening is that people are just looking. I for example, before I used to just look at myself as just a physical body. That's all. I don't have an idea what is the soul, spirit, or whatsoever. I just know it was my skin, bones, muscles. And then I had finally understood when I awakened from this spiritual journey. Oh, we are more than that. We are all beautiful. Oh, okay. So I keep discovering all this. I mean, everything's unfolding. Once you ask, it will be shown to you. Once you, because remember, we're in the vibrational, energy. Universe is like a magnetic field of energies, and we're in this environment. So we're all energies emitting energy. So that's the reason why I wrote that book, Wake Up Humanity, asking each one of us, including myself, what kind of a source are you to humanity? Are you a source of what? Hatred? Or are you a source of love? Are you a source of what? So yeah, so those are the books that I write. I always invite people to reflect, to look within, because we've been looking at the surface. We're not looking beneath. Look within, and you have a well of wisdom inside you. You would know. You would really know. That's what I did. That's the reason why I was able to reinvent myself. That's the reason why I have changed my life, because of that.
Thank you so much. I would ask you if there's anything that you would like to share that we haven't talked about, but what I will be sharing with others, at the bottom of this screen, you'll see information about Elsa and her website. And then I will put links to your current books in Amazon, which I understand have some Amazon best type of ratings. If you can what are they called in Amazon when your book has been ordered and bought? You have a certain special rating in Amazon for your books?
The review?
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
a high.
yeah, are we talking about, let's say when they go to the Amazon link, right? They would
Right.
see my book. Are you talking about the customer reviews? They can put in a review
Yeah,
in
there's a
there.
little kind of an emblem, some type of little award that is attached to your books, and I wondered what they were.
Oh, okay. Those were the Amazon bestseller.
There we go. I was
There
trying
we go. Oh, okay. Couldn't figure out what was that. Well, you
Sorry.
memory sometimes like here and there. Okay, those are the Amazon bestseller. What do you call that? Label.
Yeah, yeah. So in your category, it was a bestseller.
Yeah.
And you're self-published. I mean, how
Yes, I
amazing is
am.
that? That's absolutely amazing.
I know. I mean, unlike the traditional publishing, because before, of course, you can't just publish a book. You have to have an agent. You have to have this. You have to go through this,
Yeah.
etc. But now a lot of people are doing self-publishing.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And they're doing great because in the first reason, they're able to help a lot of people, and then they're able to grow their business.
Right.
Yeah, that's one way.
Well, thank you
Well, thank
for
you too.
joining me today. I like to keep things kind of a little short and sweet because it's a lot of information, but yet it doesn't take up a lot of people's time. You have definitely brought into light a lot of points and insights that a lot of people that are listening could find extremely helpful. And
Good.
I have to say that it sounds like your work is just really touching a lot of people and helping a lot of people. That's my vision. So I'm on that path myself to be able to help people to, in my eyes, follow their bliss of what they make money doing, so that they know it's their calling, and it gives them a sense of content in their life. So thank you for that. And
thank you too.
Everyone, this has been another interview on Reinvent Yourself. Please join and look at all the other podcasts and interviews that are really helpful on reinventyourself.com. Thanks and have a great day.
Thanks.